Pisces, welcome to your May 2018 Love and General Tarot reading. I'm Gemstone Tarot. This is Valentine, who's sleeping soundly on the bed. Now, this is for Pisces Sun, Moon and Rising. Let's have a look. So, I am a Pisces. I always find it actually a bit tricky to do the Pisces one. I don't know if it's because I am one. And I sometimes think, oh, should I be doing them first sometimes? Because as a Pisces, I know that we're always at the back of the queue when it comes to horoscopes and readings. Then it occurred to me that doing Pisces as the 12th reading is very indicative of what it is to be a Pisces. Because probably what happens is the Pisces reading contains the energy of the 11 that went before it, which is very much how a Pisces is constructed and how they operate. Anywho, I'm using Morgan Greer, a lovely, hello, a lovely vintage, vintage set. Wow. Ooh. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. It's all here. It's all in the mix. Okay. This is interesting. For some of you in the love department, there is a second go round with somebody here, which quite honestly looks a bit iffy. It looks a bit iffy in quite a Piscean way. We have the King of Cups in reverse as an overall energy card. Now this can mean, it could be us, it can be the Pisces, because King of Cups is a Piscean card. You can see he's got scales here, and he kind of looks Piscean as well, you know, he's got that sort of, she says, looking, that kind of drifty, sleepy look, okay? When the King of Cups is in reverse, it's tricky because he has less boundaries and he is swimming in sometimes sentimentality, hurt feelings, old stories and patterns, and a little bit kind of just wrapped up in himself in a quite emotional kind of a way, which is not particularly enjoyable to be on the receiving end. Now, some of us may have slipped into this mode. This is a kind of negative Piscean trait of getting in a bit of a wash, getting in a bit of a mess, getting in a bit of a lather, to use another watery type, swishy metaphor, and then feeling kind of stuck, but getting even more stuck by not taking action. If something's bothering you this month, Pisces, it may be time to let one of those fish that's swimming in the other direction take actual action. Pisces is not especially an action-orientated sign, and often can react by swimming back inwards. Try to steer away from that if you can. For others of you, you may be involved with either a fellow water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, somebody who is fluid with the truth, fluid with their presence in your life. One minute they're there and the next minute they're gone. It could also be an Aquarius, which I've been getting for Pisces for yonks. King of Swords normally comes up, and Aquarian cards. So you could be dealing with an air sign or an Aquarius too, because Judgment in reverse, second time round the block, another go at something that is equally as bad as it was last time. Just saying. Judgment is another opportunity to make a judgment, but when it's in reverse, either what is being offered to you is naff, not good enough, and it could be a work thing or a friendship offer, but for some of you it is romantic. It's not good enough because, frankly, Pisces, they haven't changed. They haven't changed. Now, at some level, you know that because the moon's in reverse, and this has two meanings. One, when the moon is in the upright, this person was a gaslighter. They managed to somehow cloud the issue. You may have also clouded the issue and let them, because Pisceans often are big allowers. You know, they allow people to find their own level because that's how Pisces work. We don't like imposing lines and boundaries on people. Don't feel like it's our place. But do you know what? If you don't, some people will just walk all over it. And this person did. Now, when the moon is in reverse, of course, that's less prominent. You've already seen it. You can't say you don't know because it's happened before. You've witnessed it before and it's happening again. So if you want to ask yourself the age-old question, have they changed? The answer is definitely not. Definitely not. Now, also when this card is in reverse, it's the Pisces card. It's the moon. It's also the Cancerian card for me. So you could be dealing with a Cancerian. When I do a reading for somebody and their own card comes up in reverse, I know that things are not quite well with them. If you are embroiled in this situation, Pisces, it's time to I would say sidestep it, but you don't have feet. Swim away. Do that Pisces thing that you can do where you become unavailable, invisible, and not just as a game, but for real. Because we have the Star card in the middle. It's taking away your mojo. It's also the Aquarian card in reverse. I feel very strongly that some of you are dealing with an Aquarius. And it could be as a friend, as a family member, or even a boss. But they're not very good for you. And it's not helping anything. And then look, Sneaky Fox card comes up. 7 of Swords. Someone who is knowingly stealing something. It can be your time, your energy, your love, your trust, you know, whatever it is, it leaves you depleted. And Pisces is a very giving and generous sign, sometimes to their and other people's detriment. It's time to rein it in, is what I'm trying to say. It's time to rein it in, Pisces. I say that with love to my fellow fishes and to myself. Some of you, work-wise, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, Mr. Pawntash with his hoe. When it's in the reverse, you're wondering if it's all worth it. You may be having a bit of a life crisis where you're thinking, is this meaningful? Is this what I want to be doing? Is this really for me? And it might not be. At work, someone might be stealing your ideas or passing stuff off as theirs, because that's another thing for the 7 of Swords. It might be time to have a rethink. Now, next to that one, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I like this. That's an ending to poverty financially. Things taking a turn for the better. But also, it is spiritual, moving towards the spiritual and away from the monetary, which is always the route for a Piscean to take anyway. I've never met a Pisces who had enough consistency to be motivated by money. I hope that's not insulting. I mean it in a very good way, okay? Spiritual currency is much more important for you, Pisces. Obviously, you've got to pay the bills. Everyone has to pay the bills. But you can't be a slave to that. It's just not possible. Just not possible. And be aware, 10 of Pentacles, Pisces, that that's actually being taken care of quite nicely here. if you do decide to take a different direction, don't worry too much about the finances part of it, because it kind of points to security actually. It's like giving up one security and ending up getting another. Now over here we have the Hermit, major arcana, the opposite sign of Virgo. This is the card that says to Pisces, there are some times when you need to spend a bit of time sitting on or standing on a craggy rock on your own, wearing a sackcloth, feeling a bit, not detached, because it's attaching back to yourself. You need to rediscover the self and reattach to your identity. I hope that makes sense, Pisces. I'm just going to do a couple of clarifiers. I don't always choose which card I'm going to clarify first, because as I put the card down, it chooses itself like that. Is that? Okay, let's have a look. Something in your love life is holding back your prosperity, and that can happen with Pisces as well. There's not a lot of division between love, money, prosperity, career. It's all kind of in the same slushy water, okay? This Judgment card, having a second go at something. Get the Four of Cups, disinterest. If they were disinterested before, they will become disinterested again. They're the kind of person where it's impossible to hold their interest. Nobody holds their interest longer than a few months. Or it could be that you will become disinterested again if you were disinterested last time, and that you are that King of Cups, okay? And that you need to leave that person alone because potentially they're pretty keen on you, okay? And you're never going to give them what they want. We can be as elusive as the next fish, okay? But it's not. When you know that about someone, you know there's no future in it, you do need to cut them loose. So either you need to cut them loose or they need to cut you loose, but something needs to finish in that scenario. Moon in reverse. Itchy nose. We've got the Hierophant in reverse. This again, if it's work-wise, it may be that you don't want to continue in the rat race any longer. You don't want to be in an institution any longer. You want to go it alone. You want to break free, as Queen said back in the day. That's fine, because all the infrastructure is here and the money will come anyway. And Pisceans make brilliant entrepreneurs. They're good working for themselves or working 2 jobs or working unorthodox hours. Very difficult to get a fishy to turn up at 9 and sit at a desk till 5. They get very, very fractious about it, okay? You need to keep moving. That's more like Cancer the Crab, but that's your sort of feet. Pisces rules the feet. At any given moment, most Pisceans will have an old pair of trainers tucked in their bag, ready to run off, okay? If they feel they can't run, woe betide, they can't work. The other message that I get for the Seven of Swords here, Sneaky Fox card, 10 of Pentacles in the upright again. Now, Seven of Swords does have an alternative meaning, which occasionally happens, and I get it for this. Seven of Swords can mean that you need to behave a bit sneaky. Nothing illegal, but if you want what you want in terms of security and pentacles, you need to be very self-interested. Be selfish. For example, if you're wanting to leave a job, while you give the appropriate notice, you fix yourself up with whatever it is you need to do. You get your ducks in a row first before you swim off, Pisces. These are interesting love cards. Okay, love-wise. Those of you that are single could meet somebody that's a very physical connection in May. We get wild abandon, quite Piscean actually, whipping it off in a fountain. You know, it could be platonic. Couldn't it, Pisces? It's nice, whatever it is. It's fun. It's fun. Fear of inadequacy. Don't let that get in the way of you meeting someone or getting out there to date, Pisces, okay? That's what always gets in the way for Pisceans. It's actually your most attractive quality. And then we get the Grace card of joy. This is quite possible. For single Pisces, especially if you're trying to get over somebody, definitely get out there. Get your mermaid pants on and give it a go, or get online, you know, or however it is that you want to meet someone, or however it is that you think you will meet somebody. Just because you're the hermit on your lonely rock in a sackcloth doesn't mean you can't go dating a bit in the fountain. Seriously, if you do date, being near water for a Pisces is usually a very good omen. Nice. We get go the distance. Still feel for Pisceans the best of the year is yet to come in July and August. I feel it is a bit of a long game, which Pisces doesn't like to play because often we are a bit of a goldfish, kind of going round in like, oh, a new day. Oh, a new day, you know, that kind of thing. Try and see the line of the ocean rather than just the round of the goldfish bowl. That could just be me, okay? Leave me a comment about that. Let me know. I definitely feel like a goldfish, which is nice because it doesn't take a lot to amuse me because I forget that I saw it yesterday. And guess what? Healing with the Angels Oracle card we get, Pisces. We get focus. Really? Surely not. Focus when it comes to work and love, actually. Pisces is the arch manifester. Focus on what you love to do. Come into alignment, Pisces, with what you love to do, because usually for Pisceans, who are among, on the entrepreneur list, some of the richest people in the world, okay? Einstein, Steve Jobs, whatever. Usually when a Pisces comes into alignment with what they love, that's taken care of. Interesting reading, Pisces. Leave me a comment. Check out the daily readings that I do as well. And if you want a private reading, you can book in the description box below. Namaste.